Hi ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. Um, we went to Sofia yesterday, okay, and I wish I could say that it was a good trip, but unfortunately it wasn't, okay. I don't really want to really talk about what happened, but something very kind of almost traumatic happened, and I just don't want to discuss it, because kind of it will ruin my mood basically, today's mood, and I already kind of, I processed it, and so I don't want to go back there again, but let's just say it was not a good day, although there were moments that were very good, and so, yeah, um, being, being positive, right? Uh, it's not. It doesn't mean that you should be ignoring the bad side, right? You should definitely acknowledge that bad side, right? While just working on it, right? While working on it, while working on changing it, right? And so by acknowledging the bad side too, and by working on it, you turn, a lion into a little cat, right? And that's really the only way, right? It's not about toxic positivity while ignoring all your emotions and the bad things around you, right? Um, yes, you can know that they exist, that they're there, right? But you're choosing to focus on the good, anyways, right? And as everything is a choice, right? The beauty of life is that we have free will, we have a choice, right? And so this choice can be to either focus on the bad, right, on everything that's going wrong, on focusing on the good and everything that's going right, and you know, um, something could have been a lot worse, right, than it was, okay, and everything eventually worked out for the best, which is what I'm trying to choose, which is what I'm focusing on, basically, and so. Yesterday, in a sense too, it felt like spring, and we were in Sofia, and it was really nice, also like at the end, at the end of our trip. And so, um, and my kiddo, he just like he took out the entire flower from this like garden, right? And it was the city garden, right? And so I was like, oh my goodness, and like in moments like these, it's like you don't want to spoil what a child is doing, right? The innocence of a child, right? And just wanting to give and being kind, right? He's just showing his kindness and his generosity, right? By doing that, but he doesn't realize that what he did was wrong, right? And so as a parent, like there's a fine line, right? Like one parent could have yelled at him for that, right? But I chose to like first to acknowledge that, his kindness, and to, for giving me the flower, right? And but then, I told him, buddy, just try not to do this again, honey bun, because this is not, it's not a good, it's not the right place to pick flowers from, right? People don't do that. This belongs to the city, and so it's not right? We can't really do that. And so yeah, I think, like with anything, right? I also learned this in teaching, is that when you teach, you have to first acknowledge the good, right? That people are doing, acknowledge the good, the progress, right? And then you can, critique something, right? So I that's always the best way to go, and anyways, but to get back to this video, okay, to get back to this video, I wanted to discuss actually demonic spirits, okay? So this video is not going to be for everyone, okay? This video is only going to be for those that have the eyes to see, and so for the God's people, godly people, right? People that have awoken to the truth okay, to the spiritual realm, okay, and um, so yes, to the average person, I would say, I think another person who is acting out will just, they will seem like something is up with them, you know, they will seem like they're just a bad person maybe, or maybe they're having a bad day, or something just won't feel right about another person. So you will just assume, okay, your intuition will tell you like, okay, it's best to stay away from this person, you know. But yeah, these are demonic people, okay? And hey, psst, my kitty is trying to eat the oatmeal. Anyways, but these are demonic people, right? And so um, demonic people are, obviously they're not aware that they're possessed or they carry bad spirits, okay? And everything about them will be very repelling in nature, okay? Um, of course, as individuals, as souls, right, or people, their energy will be extremely low vibrational, okay? And in turn, they will want to steal that energy from you, okay? So I'll give you an example, right? I went to a ticket desk, right? And I already knew where to go to get my tickets, right? And I knew who was at that desk. Unfortunately, I had to speak to this lady. I had to. She was the only one, okay? And I was like, oh man, like, fine. I knew she was gonna try to provoke me. She was gonna try to steal my energy, in other words, right? Because that's what they need. They don't have their own energy, okay? So they're always going to try to start drama, start something, right? And so I come to the desk and I'm like, 2 tickets to Bansko, please. What time is your latest, you know, bus, right? Can you tell me what time? Or for and she was like, she acted confused, you know, and I asked her again, you know, and she still acted confused, and she was like, she was pretending like she didn't understand me, you know. And then, well, in fact, I know that she did, you know, because I spoke to her before, okay, and so I wrote it down, okay, and eventually she rolled her eyes, acting really, really rude, you know, and she gave me the time, you know, and I said, okay, for this time, please. And she started screaming at me out of nowhere, just screaming, and I said, 2 tickets for the latest time, please. She, like, once again, she started acting confused, acting like she didn't understand, and there was a line forming also behind us, you know, so, and I just laughed through this whole thing. Like, I just started laughing. I'm like, can I have my tickets, please? You know, and I paid her. And she was acting out basically, right? So the spirits in these people, right, they get so aggravated, so angry with your presence, okay? Anyone who carries the light, right? So people that carry the light, people that have that Holy Spirit, they will aggravate, they will anger the people, or the people's spirits in these people, in these low vibrational individuals, these people that are, you know, filled with hatred, filled with jealousy, filled with, in a sense, they're extremely wounded, right? But they've never acknowledged even that wound. They don't know. They're very unconscious, right? But they will just hate you. And not hate you. They will not, like, as an individual, they will not understand why they hate you so much, okay? But it's the spirits behind them that cannot stand your spirit, okay? So they will do everything in their power to make your life difficult, you know? They will yell at you, they will shout at you, they will just start acting like a lunatic when you do nothing wrong, right? Like, you just come, like, and I tried to make this purchase as fast as I could, you know? I already told her, like, the only thing that I asked was for the time, right? And yeah, so she just started yelling at me because, like, for no reason, and I understood what was happening on a deeper level, right? And so I tried not to react, and I just closed my body language off. I just closed my arms, and I just looked at my kiddo and I laughed, and that provoked her even more, and so eventually she finally gave me the tickets. I don't know why she couldn't do that in the first place, well, I do know. I just told you guys, right? But anyways, unfortunately, guys, because of this dynamic, okay, because of the spiritual war that we're in, right? It's going to happen a lot with godly people, okay? So the chosen ones, right? So the chosen ones have experienced this for a long time, ever since they were born, right? And so, I can see it firsthand, like even playing out with my son, These people, you would think that everyone likes kids, right? But yeah, so did I, right? But no, they don't, right? Unfortunately, a lot of people, for example, right, with demonic spirits, with some dark entities attached to them, they will look at a godly child with hate in their eyes, literal hate. And my child often asks me, why do these people look at me with hate, with so much hate? Why do they look so angry? And it's difficult, It's difficult to, my throat chakra is like getting attacked once again. Uh, so the devil doesn't want this message to get out, But yeah, it's let me just get some tea. I put it in a bowl, into a bowl. Yeah, okay. So these spirits, right? They don't care. They don't discriminate. They hate everything. They hate even the body that they dwell in, right? As in this individual that they're in. They cannot stand even that individual. The whole goal for them is to ultimately terminate them, to destroy them, to get them to kill themselves, okay? That's why this individual is going to engage in all the wrong activities, right? They're going to give themselves away. They're going to sleep around. They're going to use drugs, all kinds of drugs. They're going to drink, right, until they can't stop. They're going to develop all kinds of different addictions. They're going to curse. They're going to do everything, basically. They're going to do everything in their power to destroy that individual that they're dwelling in, right? And so they hate everything, and even that individual that they possessed or that they attached to, okay? Make no mistake about that, okay? So but you're thinking it's just that person, right, that has the problems, right? Yes, that person has a problem too, right? And that's how these spirits were able to attach to this person in the first place, right? Through trauma. Trauma is like the biggest entrance point, okay? And that's why so many of these spirits want to traumatize individuals early on. This way they can possess these bodies, right? These vessels. And so, and so there's that, right? But these demonic entities, right, their whole goal is to, around godly people, they start acting out, they start laughing at them even. I've came into the stores before just like doing nothing, just wanting to buy just a couple of things, right? And these like ladies at the register, they would like look at me and they would just start laughing with this evil laugh, And I was like, okay, I understand what's happening, that's the only thing that, like, it used to be, right, when I didn't have my spiritual awakening. It was weird when situations like this happened, and of course I blamed everything on myself, right? I would think, oh, something is wrong with me, why do these people act this way? Like, and so it was sad, like, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate too if you're the chosen one, right? And I'm sure a lot of you can relate when you look back, right? You didn't understand why people were treating you this way. You didn't understand why you were getting fired, right? All the time, for example, from like small jobs, I used to do like brand ambassador work, right? Like in between jobs when I didn't have a job, like a bigger one or the one in my field, right? So I would take on these brand ambassador jobs, right? And these jobs just kind of gave me an extra income, and they were really fun to work also, But more often than not, sometimes I would get fired just for no reason. And guys, I was doing really well too. Like I was like, the whole point sometimes was to get the customers in, right? To talk to them, to engage, right? To attract potential clients, basically, right? And to show them your products, right? And so that's exactly what I was doing, and I was doing so well. But sometimes out of nowhere I would just get let go, I would get fired, right? And I was like, what is going on? Like, there was a huge crowd around me, and like, I'm obviously like attracting clients to this business, right? And I'm getting fired, like, seriously, you know so of course I would blame myself when I didn't understand what was going on, But how this works, right, is that, chosen ones, you cannot hide, okay? People of light, you cannot hide, okay? It's your light, it's your shine, it's your sparkle, right? It's your good nature, right? It will make people absolutely hate you, okay? In most cases, that's why it's so difficult to live in this world, because so many people are like this in this world. I'm not saying everyone, right? But there's so... Oh, whoa, are you alright? Hey. Hold. But yeah, so, so in most cases, right, what these demonic... I'm not saying, of course, everyone is like this. No, I hope not, and of course not, right? But there are many, many low entity individuals here on this earth, right, at this time, okay? And I think more so in certain countries in comparison to other ones, okay? Although I'm not entirely sure about this, right? I'm still kind of analyzing this, okay? And so, and I might make a separate video about this, right? And so, but I do want to mention that basically what ends up happening with low entity individuals, okay, is that with those that have attachments, demonic spirits, right, is that they will pack together, okay, and they will attack you in crowds. They will attack you in groups. They're cowards, They're living in fear, so they will very much be extremely afraid to come against you, against the chosen one alone, okay? So they will want to come in packs, okay? So they will gather together and then they'll attack you, basically, okay? And so I'm sure a lot of you chosen ones understand this very well, because you've been attacked in packs many, many times, right? And so, once again, they cannot stand your spirit, they cannot stand the light that's within you, okay? Sometimes it's too bright. You guys, literally in the Bible, it says you can literally expel these out of these people, okay, with your light. So they don't even want you close, okay, these entities. The person itself thinks that they don't like you for some reason, right? They don't consciously understand the reasoning behind it, but the reason behind it is spiritual, right? And that's why they don't understand it. Most people are very much asleep, operating in fear, right, in their fear-based thinking. And so they just think that they're just merely bodies, right? And so that's how this 3D matrix operates. They want to just, completely, they want you to stay, sleep to this spiritual reality that we're in, okay? And the spiritual world is much more important and bigger than the physical, okay? But most people will always be and forever be asleep to it, okay? And so, yeah, but the way that these entities, right, operate, okay, is once again in packs. Okay, they will attack you in packs, and you will often notice that they're staying away from you also, especially also in front of other people, right? And so they will kind of like group together, right? While you're like alone. They will often exclude you, okay? You will think that the exclusion is maybe it relates to something that you did, something that you said, right? But no, guys, once again, the you know, the answer or the reason is spiritual in nature, okay? It's not something that you did, it's not the way you look, you know? Yes, some of you will say that, oh, you know, you look this way, right? And so this can happen to you, the exclusion, right? This could have something to do with it too, right? As like for example, a lot of females, if you're a pretty female, right, or if you're a good-looking male, um, good-looking males will also exclude you. I mean, you will be excluded too because you're a good-looking male, right? And same applies to females too, because at the end of the day, it comes down to like human nature, and you know, when you have an attractive individual around, the less attractive ones will know, well, they will instinctively understand that the more attractive one will get more attention and in turn more mating choices, right? And so they will just exclude you because of that too, right? Because you lower their mating choices or chances, right? And so there's that. Unfortunately, it is just the truth, right? It's the human nature, right? But this is not the case here, okay? With demonic entities, individuals that have demonic spirits and attachments, the spirit in them will absolutely hate you. They will despise you, and they will want to detach from you. They will not want to be around you, okay? And they will exclude you with groups in most cases, okay? Those that are cleaner, or those that don't have demonic entities attached, they will want to be around you. They will be drawn to you, you know, and it has nothing to do with looks. It has nothing to do with looks. It doesn't have anything to do with the physical, okay? So there's that, right? Of course, once again, there's an issue too, is that they don't want you to also be in their environments. A lot of these people, they pack together, they stick together, okay? And they will try to get rid of you from the environments that you're in, because chosen one comes into that environment and cleans it, literally with their energy, okay? And you know, so because when you come into an environment as the chosen one, and you make a huge impact on that environment, okay, with your presence, with you being yourself, right, with your authenticity, with your shine, right? Once again, this cannot be overlooked, okay? So these demonic entities will focus in on you, okay? So no matter where you go, and then they will start nitpicking you, you know? At one point, we were in the gym with my son, you know, and he touched the mirror, just the mirror, and there are mirrors like everywhere, right? And all of a sudden, we had like a couple of people just coming up to us and telling us, you cannot touch the mirrors here, you know? And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, you know? Like, it won't happen again, you know? But they will nitpick everything about you, and they will watch you, you know, maybe through cameras or just, you know, in person, right? Like while you're not really paying attention, okay? But they will watch everything that you're doing, okay? So they can nitpick something that you did wrong just to throw you out, okay? So they will try to get rid of you from that particular environment, okay? For example, if you're in the gym, a lot of people will start complaining, okay, about very petty things, like little things about nothing really in particular, right? Maybe even for nothing, you know, just because their spirit feels so uncomfortable around you, that you make them just, you know, you make them angry, basically, right? You anger them, you agitate them, you aggravate them, right? You make them anxious, you make them scared. People have really weird reactions to you, right? Some just want to run away. Some want to, like, hide, some want to like attack you. So it's really, really, guys, that's the reason why the chosen ones have such a difficult life in most cases. And that's why, being social, right, and fitting in, that doesn't apply here at all. You guys are made from a different cloth, okay? You cannot fit in, even if you wanted to. You tried, in the past, right? You tried. It's just not gonna happen, okay? Because of these demonic entities that are still operating in these individuals, in so many individuals, and so that's why fitting in is not gonna happen, okay? And you already understood this maybe at this point, and so you're like a lone wolf, right? That's why you've always been like a lone wolf for most of your life. It's because of this, and it's okay, that really unfortunately cannot be changed. Perhaps you will find your tribe, I'm hoping you will find your tribe, you know, in one of these, like at some point, but that's not a guarantee. You're very strong, okay? So you're meant to be by yourself, and you can handle being by yourself, and your child can also be like this, and so it's tricky. It's very tricky to get around, this as the chosen one, right? And I'm sorry, because once again, the reason why so many, for example, chosen ones experience like financial lack, right, too, is because of this, because you were absolutely loved from a distance as long as you weren't around, right? You were maybe a leader even, right? Like I was the leader, guys. I worked from a distance, okay? So I trained people over the phone, right? And most of the things that I was doing was over the phone. So I became the I became the team leader for a marketing department, okay? In Samsung, at Samsung, okay? And so I trained people. I trained like a team of 15 people, okay? And I was really, really good at my job, and I was good at it, and nobody was bothering me, guys, because I worked from a distance, okay? I worked by myself, or in most cases I worked with clients, okay, face to face. I had to go to different locations, okay, around San Francisco and the surrounding areas, right, basically. And so I was loved, and I became the leader, okay, guys, from a distance, only from a distance, okay? When I was working in an actual, like a location, I was fired from that, okay, guys? I was fired from the job. I was a business developer, okay, guys, and I was fired. And once again, same crap started happening. They started ganging up on me, basically, just excluding me. At first I was excluded from a girl's, like, and that was actually when I first started working in that company. Is I was excluded from the girls' like night out or something like that, completely excluded. And of course that didn't feel good, right? Like that felt, terrible, right? And once again, if you're a chosen one, like if you're not fully aware of what's happening, you would blame yourself for it. You would think that something is wrong with you, right? And so chosen ones have to go through a lot of rejections because of that. Unfortunately, a lot of a lot of unfairness, right? So firing from jobs, and that's why the chosen life, or the chosen life path, is so difficult, is because you have to find a way to work for yourself, right? Because you were meant to be leaders. You guys were meant to be. You simply cannot be in packs, okay, with everyone else. You just can't, because once again, you will start getting attacked. They will gang up on you. You'll start getting attacked, and eventually nitpicked, right? And then you will get excluded or thrown out of something, out of that group, or out of that community, right? Or whatever, right? Anyways, of course, and I'm sorry for that, guys. Like, I know how hard it is. Trust me. It's so hard, and it's so unfair. But God sees everything, okay? And because of this, guys, because of all that you've experienced, you will get blessed, okay? You will get blessings for that, and you will finally get your whatever you deserve, okay? You will get what you deserve for your good heart, okay? For your hard work ethic, for your fairness, for your, kindness, for your, and for your contribution to society, guys. You will get whatever you deserve. You will get the financial blessings. You will get, the love that you always wanted, right? Like, such as, my God has, thank God, already blessed me with my son, and he's showing me so much love, and I just really appreciate that. And, so yeah, when you do get your blessings, just don't, don't feel like you, don't forget to celebrate them, and don't forget to notice them, uh, we've had so much crap thrown at us, right? That it's when you're like down on the floor, basically, right? Down in the dumps, right? Basically, like, because of all that has happened to you, right? Just remember to, nothing is down forever, and you're here for a reason. You have a very big purpose, okay? And yeah. Anyways, guys, I love you so much, okay? Thank you so much for watching this video, okay? And stay tuned for more videos, okay?